know how true this is, but I read on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, earlier on today that it was 1 calendar year ago that West Ham made their first transfer window signing. So last year's transfer window, the first signing was done on the 10th of August. I don't know how true that is. It's a hell of a strapline, though, isn't it? I mean, that's the headline you want to be going with. If that's true, it was incredible. I certainly remember at the time having conversations on this very channel and saying, you know, calm down, the season hasn't started yet, and so on and so forth. But just when you measure now against that, you have to realise it's absolutely incredible what's going on at West Ham at the moment. So the latest bit of news, I mean, it really is incredible. The latest bit of news is that the Wan-Bissaka deal's agreed. Let me just quantify that. The deal between West Ham and Manchester United is agreed. They've given the player permission to travel down, which he's already done. So the medical's tomorrow, Sunday. The personal terms, the wages have been agreed with the player. And that loyalty bonus thing, that £7 million loyalty bonus, that's been worked out as well. So as I understand it, the only thing left to sort out is going to be the agent's fees, those final fees. They're often the things that can make something drag on a little bit. But do you know what? I don't mind. Let's get the deal done. The truth of the matter is, as unpalatable as it may seem, we would not have got the deals done that we've got done so far without agents. I mean, we've just been so busy. It's been unbelievable. So as I understand it, if we go back to Todibo, which has been announced, Thursday night, Tim Steidten flies over to France, to Nice, makes an agreement, a verbal agreement with Todibo, brings Todibo back. He brings him back here, he has his medical. Once that agreement is put in place, then it's left with agents and solicitors. Steidten then went and apparently made a very, very quick trip up to Manchester and then back again for the Betway Cup, obviously up to Manchester or wherever it might have been, to go and speak to Wan-Bissaka, who I believe wasn't included in the Manchester United friendly. I don't know. I can't verify any of this stuff, but there's no reason to disbelieve it. He's worked so hard, Tim Steidten, to do these deals, and they've been, absolutely incredible. And I cannot believe the speed at which and the efficiency at which we've done this. I mean, there have been times when Steidten's been working on 3 deals. As I say, there's definitely a team of people. There's a whole team of people that do it. But I was looking at that starting lineup against Celta Vigo in the Betway Cup, and I just thought, well, they're not finished yet, because there's still players to come in. Todibo wasn't featuring there. Alvarez has got to come back. Wan-Bissaka is not there as well. And I thought, wow, this is incredible. And actually, when you looked at the starting lineup, Fulkrug wasn't in it. Somerville wasn't in it. Amazing, incredible that we've built this squad. And it didn't look like the Wan-Bissaka deal was going to get done. It really looked like that £7 million was a sticking point. And I just look at it now and I think there's possibly nothing we couldn't overcome, perhaps with the exception of the Duran deal. There's nothing we couldn't overcome. We've done a couple of videos on this and it looked like it got so bad and so strained, the relations with Manchester United, that it probably was the best thing to walk away. Yet where we failed in previous seasons, be it Scott McTominay, be it Harry Maguire, be it Jesse Lingard, I know we got him on loan, but we obviously wanted to make the deal permanent. We couldn't get him. Where we failed before, we've succeeded now. I don't know if you saw him. Steidten was at the Betway Cup. He was sat there in the front row with Todibo. Late last night, very late last night, it was Fabrizio Romano who posted a picture of Steidten and Todibo on the jet. We've missed that, really, haven't we? I haven't seen too much Steidten Airlines this transfer window. It was a hallmark of the last window, really, wasn't it? We saw a lot with Mohamed Kudus. We saw a lot with Mavropanos. We saw it, of course, with Edson Alvarez. Only one. We've only seen one bit of jet action. I think we tried to get some Fulkrug stuff. I think Sean Whetstone actually travelled down to Biggin Hill Airport to try and take a picture of it. But they had these shields and they parked the car in the way so you couldn't see him. So we're reliant on Tim Steidten to pass it to Fabrizio Romano. But anyway, I digress. Really, really good news, I think, the right-back situation. It's possibly not the attacking force that Lopetegui ideally would have wanted. But I look at it at the moment and I think, well, you know, look, we got a lot of attackers. We've got a lot of players that can attack. And possibly what's needed at the moment is the defensive solidity. We conceded so many goals last season. And just looking at that Betway Cup, it looks like we might have the capacity to concede. I don't mean, listen, we ain't going to concede 74 goals again. We're really not. Because the defence will be better. Because the individual performers will improve from within it. And I felt a little bit, I felt a bit unlucky for Soufal, who'd done okay. Don't get me wrong, he'd done okay. But for him to be sort of culpable for their first goal, I thought was a little bit unfortunate, but that is the sort of thing that Wan-Bissaka clears. It really is. And I just don't think, even if nothing else, we were targeted last season down Soufal's side. It was a weird switch last season because I felt Soufal had gone from the start of his career being a good defender, really good defender, really hard worker, who was quite limited in his attacking play. Whereas for last season, he sort of transitioned. His attacking play had become better. His crossing had become better. And I think what you got last season was a situation where his defensive play had got worse and he was targeted. I don't think he'll get targeted for Wan-Bissaka. He's a specialist. He's a specialist at defending. That's what he's doing. And you've got to think the back line will be stronger for it. I've no doubt about that. So also, it might make an awful lot of sense if you're going to bring Todibo in to have that. If Todibo, I by the looks of him, has got the ability to carry the ball forward, play those long passes. And if he does go forward, then Wan-Bissaka's sort of, you know, perfect for sort of dropping in there. I've often wondered if Wan-Bissaka was would end up his career playing as a right-sided centre-back in a 3. But really good player. And just brilliant business. Brilliant business. And, I mean, that's got to be, you'd have to assume that's got to be it. And fair play. I mean, fair play to West Ham. If anyone else comes in, I think it'd be a miracle. But even I'm looking at it now thinking, okay, the squad is big. The squad is big enough. You know, it would seem that. And I've very few times I can think of ever thinking that or saying that. And so I look at it now and I think, okay, yeah, that's probably good enough. And they've done it the right way, as I say. They've got the players in. That's the urgency. They can now take their time at getting rid of the players and getting them out. Let me just read you Fabrizio Romano's tweet, which is basically him saying that he's arriving. He's arriving. Where is he? Now, it's very important to say that this is all based upon Manchester United being able to do their business, which is why they've given it the complete hurry up. And it looks like Manchester United are going, just reading it here, it looks like Manchester United are going to go and get Matthias de Ligt. Does that say? Do you say de Ligt? Delectable. He would have been a good one to get, but Wan-Bissaka's still a good one. This is what Fabrizio Romano said. Aaron Wan-Bissaka to West Ham. Here we go. Verbal agreement in place for the right back to join West Ham United from Manchester United as planned. Understand medical tests already booked for Sunday for AWB. Fee will be £15 million. Manchester United authorised AWB to travel. Mazraoui joining soon. So it's allowed them to go and buy the player. Incredible when you look back on it, actually, to think that we tried to do a sneaky one and a sly one by trying to... Well, we did. We had an agreement with Bayern Munich for Mazraoui. We've been a bit skullduggerous. We've been a bit sneaky, actually, in this transfer window. I like the way we've done business. Absolutely incredible. There you go. Right, I'm going to leave you now. That's it. I think we're done. I'm not saying that this will be the last video that I'm going to do about transfers. I think we've got a lot of them going out, and I think there's still stories to tell. But they're less stressful, aren't they? The players leaving. It's all about recouping some money now, I think, and getting some players off the wage. But, you know, people like Kurt Zouma, you have to imagine Danny Ings, Maxwell Cornet, they're not going to hang around. They're not going to want to hang around. They're not going to get game time. But anyway, look, video for another day. I'll catch you later. Thanks for tuning in. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow for my match report. I'm gonna be praising Lucas Paquetá, basically.